Hello guys, Mouse here, and here I am going to make a video that I don't usually make because guys, we need the codes and we kind of need to make a video on this, but I hope that's fine with you guys because I'm gonna share with you as well my thoughts on the current update this June and all the patches that had happened. So I think it's a good time to actually make a review on these updates because we've already had the chance to actually play the new content and actually play the new banner, which is Meilin Fisher and the Workshop of Brilliant Light. Overall, I really enjoyed the Workshop of Brilliant Light, and specifically because it's a hard content that is very challenging, and that's exactly what I am looking for in every games that I play, where I had to think and make strategies and do something even with limited amount of resources to be able to clear dungeons. But I do have some issues about it though initially, which some of them the devs already took action. Number one, the drop rate of the artifacts that they already changed in the recent patch, because before we can only get a few artifact drops, and being an 8-piece set, it's actually very hard to make a decent set out of it. And right now I actually already have a pretty decent set because we got a lot of loots this week. But guys, that's from Vulcan normal. I'm not sure about the easy mode, but right here we already have some good artifacts, not the best one, but can already be used. I'm gonna make another in-depth video about all these artifacts and the pros and cons as well, because I've already tried this, and to be honest, for example here in the blessings, in the burning blessing, to be honest, I'm not impressed yet. And I'm gonna release another video on that. Okay, the situation, because this thing right here, the 8-piece set, is gonna be dependent on a case-to-case basis as well. So but since this video is not really about the in-depth analysis of these artifacts, but I'm just happy that they increased the drop rate, because either way, I don't know, it's gonna take so many months, especially if your progression right now could not beat the normal Vulcan, which I know a lot of people still could not beat it, and majority of the population, because even the spenders I know are struggling. I also struggled here and spent a lot of time, but it's fine with me because that's what I love to do. But for others it might be very stressful. So at least by changing the drop here and adding the legendary artifacts here, there's gonna be a better chance for others to build up their artifacts so that they can challenge the higher stages here in the Workshop of Brilliant Light. So I can't open it anymore because I already consumed all of my attempts. The only issue that I have here though in the Workshop of Brilliant Light is that I really don't like, and I hate it so much, is that it is too Alicia centric. And if you don't have Alicia, then goodbye. That's pretty much the story here, to be honest. Even in the easy mode, I think you may be able to use the other limited banners, but it's gonna be very difficult, right? It's gonna be very difficult, and I really didn't like that we don't have any other choice when it comes to element. I'm not sure how the rotation is gonna be, but on my side, I feel like it's too linear. And if we compare it to before, we've had a lot of choices when it comes to artifacts, like these ones. I mean, if you don't have a light hunter yet, you can just farm Cerberus for the meantime, things like that. And we have a lot of enemies that we can fight, and that adds more flavor to the gameplay. So I'm kind of worried about the people who actually pulled for the banners before and maxed them out. Like for example, those who pulled for A5 Cha, and now they cannot use it in the Workshop of Brilliant Light. And some of them might have skipped Alicia for whatever reason. Maybe they just don't like her, maybe they hate the gameplay, things like those. And I think it was pretty too late, and some people probably would have pulled for Alicia if this feature came early. I think that is fine for a gacha game, but it was too late already, because what we have now is Meilin Fisher that pretty much won't be able to carry you here in this dungeon. And also when it comes to the blessings, I do love the blessing system, but it could be improved more and implemented better, because right now it's too grindy. But I do know that the grinding part of it is only at the beginning, but still I don't like how it's done in an RNG basis. So what I hope for is that they could add more QOL updates on the blessing system. Maybe we can save up to 5 blessings so that we can interchange and switch it as we go, because we need different blessings for different stages, right? And we want to have more variation, like I said, in terms of the gameplay. Most especially because you have to repeat it over and over again after clearing the dungeon. Then you're gonna have to farm the blessings again, which is something that I don't think is good, personally, well, in my opinion. But there might be other people who actually would love that grind part. Yeah, overall, I really enjoyed the workshop of Brilliant Light. It was very challenging. There are new mechanics that we can play, but I kind of feel for those who have not invested well on their Alicia, because this dungeon is too Alicia centric. Again, I'm not sure, maybe I have skill issues, but I've tried Chahe in A3 and A5 here. I don't think there's literally no chance. And the Choi Jong In, which was the limited banner before, is a fire unit as well. So basically everything we have pulled for in the past is unusable. Well, it can be used, but like the performance is too far. So maybe they can add, probably wish for right now is that maybe they can improve the performance of other elements here. Like maybe they can add a blessing that improves the damage of certain elements a lot. Things like those. It doesn't have to be matched with the performance of the water element, because of course we need the water element to be the strongest one, but just a fighting chance would be fine, I guess. I'm kind of worried about that part, but I think if we send the feedback, they're gonna improve this, because we've seen a lot of improvements in terms of drop rate, in terms of the blessing system, and we can expect more. I believe pretty soon. I just don't know when this dungeon will be changed, because there's gonna be bosses here. I haven't read the mechanics yet, but I do hope that everybody gets at least a decent fighting chance in every game content that we have. But it would take time. It might take time for other elements, or well, let's not talk about the elements. It might take time for those without Alicia specifically, because this is an Alicia map. If you don't have a saw with A5 advancement or with A5 weapon, I don't think there's it's gonna be very difficult. But gacha game, okay. I just wish that there's gonna be improvement soon in terms of all the things that I've said. And now let's talk about Meilin Fisher. I've got the chance to play her in a lot of game content, especially in Workshop of Brilliant Light as well. So I kind of didn't like first, because I don't like the weapon, to be honest. I don't like the concept and the power, to be honest. But I kind of had to pull for her because I have an A5 Alicia, and I am now using Alicia as my main character. But as soon as I played her, I got more interested, because she's got a really nice kit. I know that the main reason to pull for Meilin is gonna be to partner her with Alicia. But after I played it for a while, trying various game modes, Tower of Destruction, and I just finished the reverse mode, chapter 15. I'm already at chapter 17 right now. I think she's a great character. Not OP, but great in terms of utility. So most people are just talking about how she's gonna buff Alicia, things like those. But I do believe that there's more to it than just that. This A1 effect, which Meilin Fisher takes 64% of the user's damage taken directly, helped me a lot in clearing difficult content, wherein most of the time we're just gonna get one hit. I'm talking about the red penalty stages in the reverse mode. So this one really helped me a lot in terms of survivability and supporting my main unit, which is Alicia, of course. And So she's also kind of valuable right now when it comes to defeating Vulcan, because she has the instant shield removal. So at least an A0 would be pretty decent. But if you really don't want her, you can opt to use Wang Dongsu. The only difference is that you're not gonna have the support buff, which is a lot of attack as well. So now let's talk about A2. I think this is just a pretty decent one. The only issue here really is why does she give defense buff instead of probably an HP buff for Saw? Maybe they're planning something here, or maybe they just want to add survivability to the other team members. But this is kind of weird. Defense by 8%. Who's gonna use this? Maybe Woo Jin Chul or whoever. I really don't know for now. So maybe they're gonna release a new defense unit soon. That's gonna be a breaker that will replace Saw. We don't know that yet, but so far, this A2 I think adds boost for Alicia, but not needed if you're not really an Alicia main. So A1 is a good power spike, but here's the interesting part, guys. I know a lot of people or a lot of content creators do not recommend A3, but I've got the chance because I really did believe in it. I really saw the value of this one. Without this, it felt really weird. The power gauge gain on hunter content, where you use the 3 hunters, is really slow, and there's kind of a mismatch when it comes to the mistiming when it comes to playing her with Alicia. So I kind of tried to push for this also for Power of Destruction. So A3 adds a lot. I have videos on this on Power of Destruction, and you're gonna see how fast the power gauge gain is, and that's gonna give you a lot of advantage when it comes to the timing of the ultimate and the frequency of the ultimate being used in Power of Destruction. So, and also I do believe that this might be valuable in the future and can be used with other hunters that are gonna be more on based on using ultimate that they needed to gain power gauge faster. So it's like having a Park Heejin on your team, and we all know how cool this unit is when it comes to giving power gauge to the teammates, especially guys in Power of Destruction. Really love that game mechanics here. So I do recommend this if you want to play competitively in Power of Destruction, because there's not much available units right now in terms of support that could at least match Min Byung-gu, because this girl actually buffs Song Jin-woo as well with a lot of attack, 8% up to 3 times, and then this one if you have this, and as well as this one if you have this as well. So some people might argue that this unit is only for Alicia. Well, to be honest, playing her with Alicia is the most optimal way, but that doesn't mean she could not help other hunters or other lineup in game contents, because she's got a lot of utility skills. So let's talk about the events. The events are really nice. I can't say anything. Lots of free stuff, like literally. So I'm not just hyping just because I'm now a content creator here, but guys, I mean, if from a free-to-play perspective, I'm not a free-to-play, guys, but I did play as free-to-play in many games. I'm usually just a low spender, so I think they're giving a lot of free stuff, to be honest. And if you follow content creators like Painblade and a lot of other great content creators in SLA out there, I don't think there's gonna be any problem. You just follow what they're doing, just follow what they're teaching. I think I think generally speaking, overall, it's gonna be a good experience. And from a low spender perspective up to a mid spender perspective, oh boy, this game is so cheap. Really, I've played a lot of games, gacha games, MMORPGs, and by far, like, this is the cheapest one, to be honest. I don't even have to spend a lot to get a maxed out unit. Probably I'm lucky, but well, I'm not really lucky, to be honest, here, especially in Alicia. On Meilin Fisher, I was very lucky, but on Alicia, I got like 560 pulls to be able to A5 her. So that's a lot, but it's still so much cheaper compared to other gacha games, because they have a lot of discounts, like they have a lot of events and discounted stuff here. And You can buy this every Friday with a 30% coupon. And now they just actually sent a 2 coupons, which I already used, by the way. So I don't buy here without coupons. So Friday coupons, gang, let's go. This is our thing. So I'm just waiting for the next coupon probably, and the chance, like save up and not eat French fries for a few days just to get that. But anyway, overall, I've been loving the update, and I won't be making content. I won't be spending time. My fans know that. I'll probably even bash the game if I don't like it, and, and that's what I usually do. But this time around, I think overall, although it's not perfect, but generally speaking, I think it's a really good game. Lots of improvements and lots of things to look forward to, because they just released a sneak peek and the roadmap of future updates like the guild system, and I can't wait to play those. I don't know yet if I'm gonna make a guild, because by nature I'm really a competitive player. Can't remove that from me. So as much as possible, I try to stay away. That's the reason why I played solo leveling, because I kind of want to chill. But if those kinds of things are like gonna be here, I'm not sure, because if I join a guild, I want it to be competitive as much as possible, and like people playing with people who are really all in, and like really passionate about the game, and willing to spend as well. Well, I don't spend much in most of the games that I played, but I try to like compensate it with tactics and strategies that and those are the things that I'm also sharing as part of my content. So I think that's gonna be it for this video. I'm gonna submit this, and hopefully we're gonna get the codes soon for the supporters. Okay, thank you guys, and thank you guys for the support, and don't forget to like and share and subscribe.